Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. It's kind of like a rite of spring. Turn on the faucet one day and you may see a brownish stream of water. If it happens at your house, no need to worry. CTN's Jennifer Anderson discovered that hydrant flushing is underway.
Call it spring cleaning for the pipes. Crews are canvassing the western half of the city for annual water main flushing.
We're working west of Highway 10. All the way from Coon Rapids to Anoka.
Each year, Public Works flushes half of the fire hydrants in the city.
It's to remove iron and manganese sediment in the mains and make sure hydrants work.
It's also a chance for routine maintenance on the hydrants. Workers like Josh Bouch help make a list of hydrants that need repairs. More than 1,600 hydrants will get flushed.
The amount of water that comes out of the hydrant is pretty destructive, so that's why we connected a diffuser here, and that kind of keeps it contained to a certain area.
When crews are in your neighborhood, your water may look different for a day or two.
Yellow water, which is iron, and it's safe to drink, but it's unsightly and it can stain whites.
The city suggests holding off on laundry if you see discolored water. A small sacrifice that saves money. Routine flushings improve the city's insurance rating.
It affects all of us in our homeowners insurance and property insurance for fire protection. And it's one of the important steps that all our hydrants work. Of course, having a good fire department, which we do have, is huge, but it helps to make sure that all the hydrants in town work.
The inconvenience is brief, a day or two, but the process pays off. For CTN Update, I'm Jennifer Anderson.
It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get through all of the hydrants. The late April snow delayed the process this year, but flushing should wrap up by the end of May. Work started earlier this month on a rehabilitation project involving the water tower off Hanson Boulevard. Chipping and peeling paint is forcing the city to have the tower repainted. The rehabilitation work should add 10 to 12 years of life expectancy to the surface of the water tower. The work should be finished sometime in June. Railroad track repairs are forcing the closure of another crossing in the city. Work started today on the BNSF crossing at Foley Boulevard, which has Foley closed at the railroad tracks. The official detour is east River Road to 85th Avenue to University Avenue, back to Coon Rapids Boulevard. Weather permitting, the roadway should reopen to traffic by May 24th. Here's a sign election season can't be too far off. Filings for public office opened next week. Locally, 3 seats on the Coon Rapids City Council are up for re-election this fall. The mayor's seat, along with Ward 3 and Ward 5. Filings open on Tuesday, May 22nd and close at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, June 5th. You can learn more about the filing process by logging on to the Secretary of State's website. We have a link on our website, ctncoonrapids.com. This week, the Anoka County law enforcement community stopped to reflect on the thin blue line and remember officers killed in the line of duty.
Sean Silvera, Lino Lakes Police Department, end of watch, September 6, 2005.
Law enforcement officers gathered to remember 7 fallen officers who died in Anoka County in the line of duty, going all the way back to 1947. The Fridley police chief read off the names of all the officers, while family members placed a rose in honor of their loved one on a wreath.
1 law enforcement officer is killed in the line of duty every 58 hours. Today we gather to remember their service and their sacrifice. In 2017, according to the National Law Enforcement Memorial Fund, 129 officers died in the line of duty, decreasing 10% over the 143 officers killed in the line of duty in 2016.
The sheriff also mentioned that the mental health of officers is an area that's often overlooked and something they're trying to work to improve. While 129 officers died in the line of duty last year in the U.S., another 140 officers took their own lives. They're walking to stay fit and bring hope to those living with a mental illness. For the 9th straight year, the Mental Wellness Campaign for Anoka County hosted a 5K walk at the Coon Rapids Dam. CTN's Dan Carpenter shows us how the event and the money it raises is making a difference.
Help comes in many forms.
Nobody wants to talk about mental illness, so I'm going to talk about mental wellness.
For Cynthia Blessy, it came 20 years ago in a state hospital.
I live with a lot of mental illness, but I'm here today to tell you mental illness is not a life sentence. and it is not a death sentence.
After struggling with mental illness alone for many years, help for another woman almost came too late.
And it became a battle that I was slowly losing. In the hospital once for a suicide attempt, and I just realized at that point I needed to do something. I needed to get help. I needed to be strong and continue to fight for other people and myself.
All 150 people here at the 9th annual 5K Walk for Mental Wellness are working to raise awareness and reduce the stigma surrounding mental health.
And if we're able to raise that awareness, I think people will get help sooner and ask for help, and I think that's the important piece of it.
The message today: mental wellness is just as important as physical wellness.
That was kind of a radical statement back in the early 2000s, but now people are understanding more and more that that's a true statement, and the walk like this actually accentuates that message.
Money raised at this walk supports the Mental Wellness Campaign for Anoka County. It's a sponsor of mental health first aid and training that can improve your mental health.
Our new project this year is called Happy Hour, which is really based on positive psychology and talks a lot about how we do exercise for our brains like we do for our bodies.
150 people taking thousands of steps to reach as many people as possible.
We have to be that voice, and if it takes a few of us to be it for thousands or millions, I'm willing to be a part of that.
Connecting people with resources so they too can find brighter days ahead.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like everyone says, it's difficult to see it, but it's there.
Dan Carpenter, CTN Update.
To learn more about the Happy Hour workshop or to find a mental health exercise routine, log on to mwcac.org. That's the website for the Mental Wellness Campaign for Anoka County. A reminder, this Sunday is the date for the annual Home Remodeling Tour in Coon Rapids. 6 homes that have been remodeled as part of the city's Home for Generations 2 program will be open to the public from noon to 4 p.m. Visitors can check out the remodeling work and ask questions of the homeowners, contractors, and city staff. You can find a brochure with the addresses of the homes participating on the city's website, coonrapidsmn.gov. And on Friday, May 25th, be sure to bring the family out to Sand Creek Park for the first movie in the park of the summer. The Lion King will be shown on the big screen at 8:30 p.m. The movie is free, and concessions will be available for purchase starting 1 hour before showtime. The event is sponsored by the Coon Rapids Community Strength Foundation. And that's going to bring us to the end of today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.